Join in the camera to see if the deepfake face is superimposed elsewhere. JackyLin TVB News. Good evening and thank you for joining us. The Labour Advisory Board has reached a consensus to amend the so-called 418 rule under the Employment Ordinance to give workers more flexibility to become entitled to a continuous contract. A Labour sector representative welcomed the move, saying the rights and benefits of employees would be better protected. Mu Sang-ai reports. A court today found actor Gregory Wang Chung-yu and 3 other people guilty of rioting during the 2019 social movement. Former Next Digital CEO Chang Kim-hong said it was his decision to become a prosecution witness in the trial of ex-media tycoon Jimmy Lai, who was his previous employer. Chang made the statement in court as part of his cross-examination. This is the 21st day of the national security trial of Lai, who has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of sedition and 2 charges related to the national security law. A protest slogan, "Liberate Hong Kong, Revolution of Our Times," was found on a sidewalk in Wong Tai Sin this morning. So far, police have classified the case as criminal damage. It's understood the slogan was likely created in 2019, but the paint that covered it up has peeled off. Overseas, the United States says it is working behind the scenes towards possible recognition of a Palestinian state, despite opposition from the Israeli Prime Minister and other hardline members of the government. The Biden administration in Washington is also urging Gaza rulers, Hamas, to accept the latest proposal for a truce and the release of more than 100 hostages still being held captive in the enclave. Nasvi Karim with more. The U.S. has attributed the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan to the Islamic resistance in Iraq. That's an umbrella group of Iran-backed militias. The development comes as President Joe Biden weighs his options to respond to the strike. More from NBC News. The U.S. Federal Reserve has left interest rates unchanged at the 22-year high of 5.25% to 5.5%. As inflation continued to cool, the U.S. Central Bank cautioned that it does not expect it will be appropriate to cut rates until it has gained greater confidence that inflation is moving sustainably to its 2% target. That suggests a rate reduction is unlikely at its next meeting in March. In Taiwan, former Kaohsiung City Mayor Han Kuo-yu was elected Speaker of the Legislature. Han belongs to Taiwan's largest opposition party, the Kuomintang. Still ahead. Welcome back. Convoys with hundreds of angry farmers driving heavy-duty tractors advanced towards the European Union's headquarters in Brussels on Wednesday night. This in the latest protest aimed at getting their complaints about excessive costs, rules and bureaucracy heard by EU leaders at the summit set to get underway today. Daniel Rao tells us more. Russia and Ukraine have exchanged about 200 prisoners of war each. It comes after last week's crash of a Russian military plane that Moscow said was carrying Ukrainian POWs, and Moscow blamed the crash on Kyiv. Back locally, the observatory has forecast chilly weather around the Lunar New Year. Computer or AI-related fraud has claimed many victims in the city over the past years. The Hong Kong Computer Emergency Response Team Coordination Center, or Hong Kong CERT, warned that cyber attacks in the coming year are set to be more frequent and sophisticated. That's fueled by the use of generative artificial intelligence and various simulation technologies. Person join in the camera to see if the deepfake face is superimposed elsewhere. JackyLin TVB News. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, also known as benign prostate enlargement or BPE, is a common condition in men over 50 years old. Patients see their prostate gland enlarged, but is not necessarily cancerous. A university study found patients who contracted COVID could be 5 times more likely to develop urinary complications than those who had not been infected with the virus. To sports, Iran advanced to the AFC Asian Cup quarterfinals after overcoming Syria 5-3 on penalties at Doha's Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium after the 2 teams played out a 1-1 draw at the end of extra time. Premier League action saw second-place Manchester City cruise to a 3-1 home victory over relegation-threatened Burnley as Liverpool moved 5 points clear at the top of the table, after thumping Chelsea 4-1 at Anfield. Diogo Jota, Conor Bradley, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Luis Diaz all found the back of the net for the Reds. Remarkably, forward Darwin Núñez hit the post a whopping 4 times, once from the penalty spot. So Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp was quick to praise the Uruguayan's menacing presence up front. Kevin Durant scored 33 points in his return to Brooklyn as he led the Phoenix Suns to a 136-120 victory over the Nets. And that's the news. Thank you for watching.